Hi everyone, my name is Sally and I'm a mixed media artist in Australia. But if you are not new here, you already know that. If you're new here, then welcome. Today, first of all, today I have to show you, this is just becoming me showing off my sick long sleeves channel. But there is a company out of South Australia called Black Match Candles, and they do like all these sick like rock and roll inspired scents. Are all vegan, handmade, and they've just done this sick long sleeve, and I am obsessed because we love the moth memes forever.
I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp.
Because I love it so much and I've worn it every single day since it arrived. But anyway, today we have the June Scrawlr box. It's a little late because I had an issue with my letterbox and it actually got locked in there and I couldn't get it out, so it was stuck there for weeks. So I already know what supplies are in it because it was all over the internet. But it's gonna work for me. It's a good box. I can't wait to open it up and tell you all about it and make some art. So get comfy, grab your supplies, let's go. I have been unable to avoid any spoilers, but looks like a really good box for me and what I like to make. So let's open it up and check it out. All right, so we have a gold Pilot ink, permanent ink pen. We have a set of graphite pencils. So we've got 6 pencils here. We've got a HB, a B, a 2B, a 4B, a 6B, an 8B, a sharpener, an eraser, and a carbon stick. That's a pretty cool little set. We also have a white coal pencil. We have our prompt, MIDAS Touch, with a little rundown, a bit more info on the supplies, which I'll read out while I'm swatching. We've got the sticker for this month. We've got our candy. Oh, Werther's Original. Nice. Our Scrawlr zine print. This is beautiful. Our artist is Iskra Sale, fine artist living and working in London, England. That is all their website and Instagram info. Scrawlr zine, surface. Ooh, what's this? Transfer paper. Frisk transfer paper. All right, sick. So we've got a couple of different surfaces in the box. A5 drawing paper, 200 GSM. Let's have a little flick through our zine. We've got another rundown on all the supplies. A feature on our Scrawlr artist for this month, box number 94, which is the June box. Tips and tricks and things to try with your supplies. And Scrawlr gallery from box 92, and hello, there's my little piece with old mate Brundlefly The prompt was metamorphosis. This was my absolute favorite. Her Own Reality. Incredible, incredible Last of Us inspired piece. This was a really fun box. And then our top 3. Lady Doodlebug, I follow on Instagram. I love that piece. You know I love a skull. And some more information there. Cool. So let's swatch everything out and let's make something with these really cool supplies. Okay, so first up we have the Pilot marker pen in gold, and you need to depress the nib a few times to get it activated, but it's a beautiful solid flow of ink and super shiny, so this is going to be really great fun to use. And then I'm just swatching out the pencils. These are Wolf's graphite pencils, established in 1796. Sometimes you can't often tell the difference between all the different grades of pencil, but you can see here how they progress from light to darkest, and very versatile set. Like, you might not use them all in one piece, but it's really great to have an 8B in your collection. So my idea for the prompt Midas Touch was to recreate this sketch that I did in my sketchbook. I completed this page on a TikTok live last week, and I really love this illustration on the right, so I thought what I would do is recreate that for this piece because I could really see it working with the graphite and the gold. I decided to use the transfer paper with no success because the pages in my Strathmore mixed media sketchbook are quite thick and they're 100% cotton. So I'm going to pop that transfer paper aside and use that for something else. Luckily, I have a bunch of graphite pencils, so I could just freehand sketch it out anyway. That's what I would generally do. I was just using the transfer paper because it was in the box, but I will set that aside for a separate project. And that carbon paper and the drawing paper are both by Frisk. The carbon paper is wax-free and you can use it on different surfaces. Like, you can use it on canvas, wood, ceramic, and fabric. So it's definitely going to come in handy. And the Frisk drawing paper that I'm using here was really fantastic. The 200 GSM, it was not as thick as like the watercolor papers that I generally am painting on, but it had a really nice weight to it and a little bit of texture. It made sketching really, really easy to do, and I enjoyed using it, so I'm going to love using the rest of that sketching pad because I don't really have paper that's that weight for drawing, so that'll be good. And this paper is acid free. We've been getting a lot of Frisk supplies in the Scrawlr boxes. They are also from Britain, manufactured in Britain, and I have been a really big fan of everything we've gotten. I still can't recover from the masking fluid being the best that I've ever used a couple of boxes ago. And yeah, they've got tons of different papers available, and I've really been enjoying trying them out in the Scrawlr boxes. So I'm just freehand sketching from my sketchbook reference, the illustration that I did last week, and just, yeah, the anatomy was kind of a bit wonky on the right side, but I kind of had placed her a little too far to the right. So instead of just erasing the whole thing and starting over and shifting her a little bit more to the left, I just tried to make it work because I'm a little bit of a lazy artist like that. I was like, everything else is working, everything else I'm happy with. If she was just 1 centimeter over to the left, it would be perfect. But maybe some things aren't supposed to be perfect. So yeah, and I'm just using the different pencil grades to get different values in the sketch. So I'll also use this voiceover as an opportunity to check in with everyone. Life is a little bit challenging, I think, for so many people at the moment, and it's really hard sometimes to find the positive things in day-to-day existence. So yeah, just let me know how you're doing and we can have a chat about it. It's okay. Like, everyone's going through it, and you know, we got to take care of each other. So if you ever need to chat, you're welcome to chat. I will always respond to all comments. And I sincerely hope you're all doing okay. I really love the expression that I've captured on her face. I liked it a lot in the sketch that I did as well, and while I did it all on the live stream. Oh, P.S. Nobody understands the pain of this, like left-hander, so constantly smudging. I have tried to sort of train myself to work right to left to avoid it as much as possible, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. So yeah, I did the initial sketch in my sketchbook on a live stream on TikTok, and this was the piece that got the best response. So I was really happy to develop the idea a little bit further and redraw it in a different medium. And it's been such a long time since I've just done a pure graphite sketch, and it's such a beautiful medium, and it's messy and it smudges, and I kind of love that you have to be a little bit more delicate with it, but I'm really happy with this box and all the supplies and how this illustration turned out. I think it's beautiful. If I do say so myself. I hope you all agree. So after I'd done my initial sketch, it's just a matter of, yeah, popping in some shading, adding in different values, and building up the layers. And that's what I love about pencil, is it's really easy to just keep building sections up as you need to. And of course, there's a skull. And I had done a still life recently with a gold skull candle that I have. And I think when I unpacked the Scrawlr box and I'd already loved that illustration that I did in my sketchbook, I just thought, easy, because I can do her in the graphite and she can be holding the skull and I can paint the skull gold, and I think that'll look really cool. So that's what I did. It all worked out perfectly. So I'm just sketching out the skull. Because when I was doing the swatching, I noticed that the gold pen really easily covered the other, like the charcoal and the graphite pencils. And the charcoal also covered the, like, where you could use it on top of the gold pen, but not with the pencils. So I thought what I could do is just sketch it all out in the graphite, paint it with the gold, and then I can use the carbon stick to add in the shadows over the top. So that's what I did. But it also looked good just like this. You know I love a skull. I feel like now I have to give you a skull in every video. Maybe I'll just do skulls from now on. I never drew skulls before, but they're so fun. So yeah, I just filled it in. And I actually, at the start of the video, the start of this piece, I was in my studio, but it's been really cold, so I've been really enjoying setting up at my dining room table in the evenings in front of the heater and sketching. But what was happening with the lights is the light was really reflecting off the graphite pencil because it can be quite shiny in different lights. So what I decided to do, because I knew I would be filming it for this video, is I have this table easel. So I just stuck her up on that and did it that way. And it's a totally different vibe when you're making art upright straight in front of it rather than like looking down on your desk. So I'm glad I have that little easel. It's perfect for small illustrations and like probably up to an A3 you could use on it. And I just taped it down with some washi tape and went in. And so after I painted the skull, I just went in with the carbon stick, which was quite chunky, so I couldn't get any details, but I liked that. I burnished it out a little bit with the white kohl pencil, but because it was kind of rough looking, it worked well as the background is like this sort of like hazy kind of misty background, add a little bit of a mystery to the piece, I think. And then I was just cleaning up the lines with the graphite in between. So now you'll see how I'm using the carbon on top of the gold paint. And it just gives this little kind of like transparency, smudgy effect. And I like the way it turned out. And then I just used the 8B, which was our darkest valued pencil, to sharpen the edges and just add in a few more little details. You're gonna get messy if you're using charcoal and carbon. So just keep that in mind. You will have black fingers and hands, so be careful. And then I just added in some gold to surround her, just to tie in with the skull and fill in that space. And I ended up cleaning up those lines off camera. But this is the final piece, and that gold is super shiny and I'm really happy with it. I think she looks beautiful. I think I've captured a very specific emotion there, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So please like this video if you liked this video, and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.